Greetings to you all. Some of you will recognize me as Benjamin Ferencz. What makes me different is that I am the sole surviving Nuremberg war crimes prosecutor, and I'm only now in my 98th year. And I've been working on problems of international justice and human rights most of my life. So I bring with you a few remarks. I regret very much that it's simply on film rather than being with you in person, but I understand that my friend Professor Sharif Bassiouni is not well, and I'm sure we all wish him a speedy recovery and long life, as I certainly do. And I would like to just pick up on what he might have said if he were here. This is really a legacy of ICTY conference. What then is the legacy? How did it get started? Why is it ending? What is there to take its place? These are all very fair questions which I'll try to touch upon in a few minutes. ICTY itself was a major stepping stone in the evolution of international criminal law. Following upon the Rome Conference, the Kampala meetings, and countless meetings of all the representatives at the United Nations and its committees, international criminal law has slowly been crawling forward. Now, we are fortunate that Judge Meron is in a position to be wrapping it up. It was certainly a tumultuous and difficult experiment to try to bring to justice people who had committed the worst crimes against humanity. ICTY, I recall, was largely stimulated by the fact that about thousands of women had been raped in former Yugoslavia. And the women in America, God bless them, were determined that they would not escape justice. The United States was not ready to join on with the International Criminal Court, and was willing, however, and were not ready to take on thousands of rape cases in the United States, was willing to persuade the Security Council to set up this special tribunal, which was a signpost that where the political will exists to bring perpetrators of crimes against humanity to justice, it can be done, and it can be done fairly quickly. And that to me is the legacy of the ICTY. What does it teach us about our capacity to deal with massive crimes which can no longer be tolerated? So my congratulations to all of you who participated in this creation, particularly to Professor Gaston Stan, who has invited me to make a few remarks here, and for being a key player on the Dutch scene in advancing humanitarian law. These are the stepping stones. And where do we go from here? Well, we have been making fantastic progress, in fact, despite all of the enormous difficulties, and I'm perfectly aware of them. It takes too long, it's too difficult, it's too expensive, there are too few criminals brought to justice. All of that existed. I had the most unusual case, the biggest murder trial in human history. I convicted 22 defendants of murdering in cold blood over 1 million people. My plea then was that since these victims had been murdered because they didn't share the race, religion, and ideology of their executioners, we should strive for rule of law, where all human beings will be entitled to live in peace and human dignity, regardless of their race or creed. That was also the lesson coming out of the ICTY, a step forward. The world can no longer remain silent in the face of this type of atrocity. And appreciation should go to all those who participated in making ICTY a reality and a limited success. And that's all you can expect. And so I see the future also. We are spiraling upward. We are overcoming the problems and moving one step higher in the hierarchy of a more humane and rational world. ICTY will always live on. The memorial to them now is a tribute to them. And Professor Basuni, who played such an important part in this whole process, can also be proud of his role in it, even though he's not here. So I wish you all the best of luck. My feeling is one of contentment and satisfaction that this is another illustration of what can be done if there is a determination not to remain silent and not to remain aside from International Criminal Court. Since people are moved by slogans, I have my own slogan is law, not war. These are, all of you are lawyers or connected to lawyers. If we could have law instead of war, we would save billions of dollars every day and have the money to take care of refugees, take care of the students, take care of the elderly, all the other things for which we have limited funds today. Law, not war, would be a tremendous step forward, and this is part of that process. You may say, but how can it be done? I advise young students and tell them how it can be done. And I give them 3 pieces of advice, which always gets innovation. 1, never give up. 2, never give up. 3, everybody, I hear you saying, never give up. And that's what ICTY stood for. And I wish you all the best of luck. Bye-bye.